James, please plug in.
James Silas, entertainment business consultant.
All right.
I answer questions. I, make things happen. I'm also a creative writer.
All right.
And a gossip.
And a label record manager.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the end to sell my market.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. All right. So now we'd like you to join the conversation this morning on the Grapevine. If you'd like to do that, it's very easy. Join us on WhatsApp. The number is.
The number is 0809 444 0981. That's 0809 444 0981. On YouTube, we're streaming live. You can leave a comment on that. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That channel is really lit.
Yeah.
As I would say. And what else? Twitter. At Smooth981FM with the hashtag Grapevine981. We're expecting Nengi in the studio. She's on her way.
Yeah.
She's a bit under the weather, but she's doing her best to be here because this is the best place to be. Huh?
Honestly, you have to look after yourself, take your vitamin C because of the weather. It's really poor. But let's go on to what we're going to be up to today. We're going to be reviewing two songs, one video, one audio, and then we have some juicy stories for us.
Yes,
many of you have heard about the Wale Soyinka debacle. I'm glad that we're still talking about it today because I missed. Did you talk about it last week?
We mentioned.
Or had it happened? Yeah, it happened, right?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to be giving you details and updates on that one. But before then, let's go on to our first song for today. It's audio. So if you'd like to look for it, it's on YouTube. Ololufe by Olori Africa. Listen in, and on Twitter you can also listen in on our page.
I'm blessed.
I thought you were going to say
I'm watching on YouTube. She's watching on YouTube.
Yes, listen and be blessed. Thank you for tuning
No gossiping in class. Alright, guys, we're coming back. We're coming back. It's you. All right, guys.
Nice link.
Thank you.
Also, just so you know, this is an abridged version of the original song. The original song has about 1 minute.
Yeah, I remember that. I kept waiting, like, this person needs to sing, but I was hearing a very long soundtrack.
Shona used to enjoy the soundtrack. But Ololufe Refix by Olori Africa.
Yes.
Olori Africa's real name Ife Ogunwumiju.
Okay.
Artist of sings African style, and this is her work.
And we appreciate her because she's an ardent listener of the Grapevine.
Shout out to Olori Africa.
Yes, and we understand her husband is an ardent listener too. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, he's probably like an 11.5.
Yes.
Somewhere around 9.5.
Yes.
Catching up.
So we appreciate your listenership and we're grateful. But guys, quickly, your comments on this song.
I think James should have it first.
Okay, James, let's go first.
I thot it was ladies first.
No forget
this
it.
is
Gender
21st
equality,
century, please. James.
Aren't you a feminist?
Hey, well, it got me. Yes, I am. So, like Valentine said, that the song had to be. So, I don't have a problem with that part, the fact that the instrumental had to run from. So, if you think about or if you listen to Fela's music, it has that similarity.
James, let me quickly say something.
Yeah.
Fela's song was about 21 minutes.
Thank you.
So you could afford to use 5 minutes to give an instrument.
As a retired Fela dancer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Her dream as a little girl was to be a Fela dancer.
Yes. Okay. So, so that's why I really didn't have a problem with that.
I like how you called Myro.
Yeah. Just let him know in case they did not discuss everything before. So just...
so what do you think?
You guys, now you've confused me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So yes, I didn't have a problem with the instrumental parts. So the only challenge I have with the song when it comes to, I mean, I think it was a good effort, but there's still she has more work to do. I felt like it was a competition between her vocals and the instrumental. There was a particular sound, I don't know if it's the electric guitar or if it's a keyboard, it sounded like a song where it's actually the instrumentalist song, then she was the backup for the song itself. She needs to do more work when it comes to production generally. Maybe it's the mastering, maybe it's because one thing I've always told every artist in this business is, look, the vibe is going really, really fast, not in terms of the pace of the song itself, in terms of the quality of the song that people are putting out, in terms of the total packaging of the song, production-wise, sound-wise, mastering-wise, and all of that. So you need to put yourself on that same level, because if you put your song down and put any of these, look, our music is going international when it comes to the quality of the song.
Yes.
So I don't think this one has gotten to that point yet. But I think they're very good. I see the things that she tries to do or things that she does on social media. She's really putting a lot of effort. I think she'll be a great artist at the end of the day. But she needs to pay attention to all of these details
So
that
production,
we're talking about.
and I'm glad from an expert. Take James Silas's word. But Olive,
I feel like James has already hit the nail on the head, and there's really nothing more for me to say in this
just
regard.
You avoiding making your comments.
No, but in all honesty, I really appreciate creatives who decide that they want. It's a very difficult thing to put your talent on the table for people to analyze. It's very difficult, I think that's what Peruzzi made reference to when he said he was going to. That was what made him, even though it's not and will never be an excuse for how he treated Pamela, it will never be acceptable. But not everybody knows how to take criticism. It's a difficult place to be. So I feel like, it still has a long way to go. The first few seconds of a song, the first, say 20 seconds of a song are very crucial in determining the listenership. And it's just like with TV as well, when they say the rule of thumb, in the first 4 or 5 seconds, you can't get the person's attention, they will switch off. So you don't want to lose your audience in the first few seconds. Make it as catchy as possible. It must be either catchy with the beat, or it must be catchy with the words, or it must be, in the first few seconds, let's get into groove. For example, let's use classic case, the band. The first few minutes of Fall in Love. Don't get it twisted. Love's a beautiful thing. John Jazzy again. We enter inside beat straight up. So let's understand that you don't want to lose your audience. Good attempt, but we still have a long way to go.
So seeing that she comments quite often on the Grapevine and most of our shows, and she's not one to hold back her thoughts, her candid feelings.
Okay, so I'm glad that you mentioned that. So that means she'd be open to feedback as well.
Exactly,
feedback,
and I find that really commendable of her to throw herself in the mix of criticism and just put her work out there, because it's something to put yourself out there. It's another thing to put your work out there. People are they'll find it easier to throw themselves in than to throw their work, because when the judgment comes in, you feel it not be your level of how well you can withstand criticism and all that for your work.
So Val,
that said, the attention span, Olive, you're right, for TV, the attention span is that short. For radio, it's smaller. It's about 8 seconds and reducing very, very quickly every day. And for me, with that mindset, listening to the song, I waited very patiently. And when it got to 1 minute, I thought it was an instrumental I was listening to. I had to check again to be sure that it was the actual song. And then her voice came in just when I was about to give up. And that for me will be something that'll make me tune off if I was listening to it on radio. If I was listening to it on my personal iPod in the car, I would call her up if I had a personal number and just give her some candid advice. But on radio, I'll tell you this, Olori Africa, from the last submission you sent to us some months back on the email to now, you've improved tremendously. Brilliant. And I'll commend you for that. And for you to keep attempting to do better by yourself is something nobody can take away from you. So just keep putting in that effort. You can do better than this.
Yes.
It's a good attempt, like James said, but we can still do
I mean, if you check some of your work, I'm pretty sure if you looked at the first time you were ever on radio and you listen to your voice, you will cringe.
No, don't go far. Not radio. In the TV, I saw myself once in an interview and I cringed.
You didn't want to see it again.
No.
All right, so we spent a lot of time on this. Solar Africa just shows you how special you are to us here on the Grapevine, because now it's time to go on a break. However, when we come back, we have our next song to be reviewed, and a wild guess if you'd like to. So what song will be reviewing?
Can I guess?
No, you cannot guess.
Okay.
Let us know if you know what song, and maybe you'll get a prize.
Send us a message. WhatsApp 0809 444 0981.
James Silas owes you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Set up. Ayo, that announcement I did yesterday, bad idea.
Why?
Okay, bad idea in terms of emails. I've been inundated with emails.
Course.
Oh, you made the announcement?
Yeah.
You did?
I thought you were going to even say from the
No, not
beginning.
for that one. No. Announcement of mentoring session.
I need to follow you so I can send my own email.
And I told them that anyone I see that is mentoring session, I'll just be highlighting and deleting. I'm like, I'm going to put up the link for the Google Doc application.
Okay,
Somebody's.
so you haven't even. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I thought that. Wait,
Tell her coming to leave me alone.
Right, that one.
she thinks I'm joking. I'm actually going to be there.
Yeah, why?
So this lady said we should increase it to 60. Did you see the
Who's
comments?
that lady?
The Debola Dejikurumi that she wants to sponsor.
Are you serious?
60 minutes.
60 women.
Oh, it
wow.
changes.
But I think
the
I'll do
answer.
I'll do 30 by 30,
Yeah,
1.2 and 2.2.
sessions.
Okay. maybe.
Sessions. That'll be
No,
good.
no, but why can't you do 30
Again.
by 30
Morning and afternoon session.
raised to power 2 or something like
What's
that.
that?
Or times
Okay, but
2.
another thing is 30 is closer. We can ask
Exactly.
our question.
It's very intimate, so I can do
Okay, no,
only
I've lost the
30.
plot. Sorry.
Sorry.
Olive, Lakumi followed you. You have a notification.
Okay, I'm trying to put up a post to tell them not to. I'll follow back.
Olive, why don't you tell? Okay, then tell people that only 30 people, that the first 30
Let me
people, that
show
if
you
30
mine.
people she wants to sponsor, she should sponsor everybody that is coming.
Okay.
She should sponsor everybody.
Yes,
else.
that is coming.
I'm going to feed all of them.
Oh, but you can do points. Yes.
Oh, great.
She
Just
wanna
like giving
sponsor.
us
Sorry, let me
Actually,
confess, right?
Uh,
So this post, I got so lost in the picture that I forgot to read the caption.
You're one of them.
I liked it twice.
Oh, thank
So
you.
nice.
I also touched the way people were helping me to
Is this a
repost on their
recent photo?
pages. I did it when I went to Ghana. When I went
Are you
abroad.
serious?
Well, I told you I did photo shoot in Ghana now. I don't used to play.
Oh,
I have
no one
quite a
even
number.
posts hashtag please read caption. Even at that.
As in, I'm like, they should read
Even at
caption,
that,
man.
Valentine.
Please do not send me emails. I will not emails in this regard. Oh, thank you so much. You are so good for my
I
self-esteem.
said it under my breath.
Wow. Even
Wow.
the people on
That's
air
such a
already.
nice underbreath.
Okay, guys, we are going to be up live in a
I
few
will
minutes.
Oh wow, lime juice.
Acknowledge them.
Lemon juice.
Yeah, that's my father. He used to make me lime juice
Lime juice, really.
inside my brown cup. My sister's pink cup. No, my pink cup, my sister's brown cup.
When did you turn 30?
I'm turning 30
No,
now.
that's in June.
In 29 days.
29
I'm
days
doing
now.
countdown on my
Can you
Instagram.
imagine?
And everybody's like, oh, I'm like, see you, me that I wanted to turn 30 like 3 years from now. So I can see before me, I'm in my
I
20s.
see.
I remember somebody annoying me one day. And
Tiwa
telling me,
Savage. Hello, baby. Okay, guys, we're coming back on.
okay.
Only someone said Tiwa Savage. Mike's up. Mike's up.
Don't they follow us on Twitter?
And like Ruby Gang says, we love you. Thank you very much indeed for staying tuned. This is the Grapevine here on Smooth 98.1.
Yes.
Valentine Ovu in the building.
IMRSA.
And of course, we've got Oliver Modi and James Silas.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah. You've done it
Yeah,
for
if I say yo, 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 you say yeah, yo, yo, yo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we have a lot to do, guys.
Embarrassing church stuff.
I'm telling you. Bobby Hands, I see your message. Thanks a lot for the love. And Bingpe says we're about to review Tiwa Savage's Hello Baby. Well,
Tiwa Savage is in the building anyway. They say I look like Tiwa Savage.
Ooh.
Carry on, carry on.
Why would you
Salam.
want to be Tiwa Savage when you're Oliver Modi?
Moving on.
No, she's
All
a
right,
fine
so
girl, so I
let's
consider
move
it
on.
flattering.
All right. The next song we're reviewing is produced by Cess, and it is by, wait for it,
Kelegwemegbe. Kelegwemegbe, oh. Ah, the Kelego is my lover.
I know.
See how sweet it is. Ah.
Kelegwemegbe.
Kelegwemegbe.
It feels like mouthwash.
All right, guys, we're coming back now because of time.
Hey.
Coming back. Mike's up.
So if you do the Zanko to this one, I'll understand.
Did you hear that first
video that I
line?
promise is already on Instagram on my
My
stories.
Jesus. You're about, oh my gosh.
All right, so let's go to Adekunle Gold's Kelegbe.
Did you hear the first line?
What?
Money don't buy charisma.
That's right.
how it came
That's
in.
right.
Adekunle Gold, you know, it's very hard for him to do any wrong. And not just because he's Adekunle Gold, but because he's somebody that pays, you know, he's an excellent person. He would
Yes.
put a lot of work. Hearing the quality of that production, it was smooth, it was fluid. And like I said, funny enough, we reviewed an Adekunle Gold feature last week.
Yes.
That's the song he did with what's her name? Dayo something, Diwayo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And the song was Arena. Yes, Arena was the name of the song. And
I have a good memory.
oh, thank you so much. I got it from the
Go,
Lord.
Adekunle Gold.
So, like I said with that last video, I liked the display of fashion, the opulent display of fashion in this song. I was thinking one of our African Ankara brands should have jumped on it and said, you know, let us feature, be our brand ambassador for this video, so you can say all the fabrics used in the video were made. I mean, I was already thinking in business format, but I think it was absolutely beautiful. Felt like I was watching Africa Fashion Week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that thing you had on his head?
Adekunle Gold is a trendsetter. I like, now because I'm a rebel when it comes to things, I don't follow the norm fashion wise. Like I like people who don't follow the norm.
Okay, so please explain to me the relevance of that thing you had on his head.
It's fashion, dare to be different. What is fashion? Fashion is anything that you
If I throw nets on my head right now, you say
will be shocked how it will become a trend in
Start
a
wearing
while.
nets on their head,
Look
right?
at
No, it's
back
not
in the
to
day,
see.
if you wore red and yellow or color
For color blocking.
they will tell you, you are wearing color riot. At a
Yeah.
point, it became fashionable.
All right, Let me go to James. James, what do you have to say?
Oh, I mean, any time and day. For me, I think it also shout out to Clarence Peters for being able to
Yes.
translate our, work in line with Adekunle's brand as a person. Yeah. For the song itself, if you understand a little, a bit of Yoruba, even with the English part, you still get the message that it's about knowing your place, know that I'm not your mate. The vibe itself, it felt like a mix of Drake and Adekunle Gold himself. Do you understand? It had a very
The song or
fluid
the video?
the song.
Okay.
It had a very fluid, delivery. I really enjoyed it. I really loved watching this video. From what Olive is saying, when it comes to the trend, the outfits, the looks that he was pushing there, I really love it because it still speaks that whole traditional Adekunle Gold.
All right.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much.
I felt I liked it. I had a hard time trying to understand headgear.
Obviously.
But everything seemed to work. When I saw the ensemble he put together, I thought it was daring. It was
Yes.
it was very bold. Adekunle Gold has continuously tried new things. Tried to explore different frontiers in terms of fashion style and the style of his music and videos. And I like what you said in terms of Clarence Peter infusing the elements that are supposed to be ingrained in the song and trying that out in the video. I didn't see the full length video, but I like how he's really gone into. Have you know who has noticed that Adekunle Gold has actually had more females in his videos of late?
Oh yeah, I mean, why not?
A lot more video vixens, even from
Maybe
the
he
last.
feels more comfortable now that he's married.
Okay.
All right, doesn't have anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he's always had females
Not
now.
as much as recently.
All right. Okay. So thank you guys. If you'd like to comment on the videos or the song or the video or the song we reviewed this morning, kindly do so. We have one comment
From T Dash from Magodo on WhatsApp, he says, "Great show, guys. Adekunle Gold is fast becoming the most amazing artist of all time. Cess, as a producer, has raised the bar on this joint.
Yes,
Absolutely
I agree.
incredible melody. Video is super clean. Shout out to all the contributors on this song of the year so far. For me."
Wow.
Wow,
That's huge. That's
huge.
big. All right, so let's talk about another big news that was on social media this past few weeks or this past few days.
Yes.
And that's what happened between Professor Wole Soyinka and a young unnamed individual, unidentified individual.
Under the guise of Tosin Odunfa.
Yeah,
Thank
under
you
the
very
guise of
much
this
for using that.
Odunfa. And a number of, in fact, some people, I hope please don't turn off your radio because they have mentioned because some people are like, please can we rest these stories? It's too much.
No,
Well, we
it's-
have to touch on it
there's no
up the,
updates.
in the grapevine.
Mhm.
So tell Mwabudu has shared an email from Wole Soyinka, and also the man, well, Tosin Odufa also wrote something about it which went viral. And this morning I read an article on about an email that his son wrote. That's Olauton Soyinka, who was the
Okay.
former commissioner.
Wole Soyinka's son.
Wole Soyinka's son had written a response. So many responses from here and there, some for, some against. But let me hear your thoughts, guys. What do you have to say about this? It's been, I don't, just very quickly.
Okay.
In terms of incidents, right?
Yes, in incidents, yeah, and then also more. Mo's
alleged,
email.
letter.
Yes, well, Mo's
Would you
email
say
from Wole.
alleged?
No, I won't say
Yeah,
alleged. I'm
Okay,
sure
so
that
she got a letter from
Yeah.
Wole
Wole
Soyinka,
Soyinka,
apparently,
yes.
where he said, "Hello Mo, someone sent me Patrick Toye's, that's Toye Cole's comments on the plane incident, and I saw a brief comment. It was a very minor thing. I had forgotten all about it. However, after reading the boy's response, I became curious. First, I never exchanged a word with him throughout the flight, beyond just inviting him to take his allotted seat. Never spoke to him after that. Certainly never exchanged contacts. So of course, I wonder if it's the very individual who posted this or a total fake. The phenomenon of stolen identities takes very strange dimensions and has become a source of worry. I wonder if this is one such. Anyway, of your finding out, I do not operate on social media, as you probably recall. So in this single letter that's written by Wole Soyinka to Mo Abudu, he debunks the allegation, or rather the claims that the said guy who claimed to be the boy in question
Yes.
wrote and said, "Oh, he had a conversation with Wole Soyinka. They chatted a while. Wole Soyinka, didn't think that it was a serious issue. That there was too much fuss about nothing, and that they even exchanged numbers after all. Wole Soyinka is my paddy now, so it's fine. Blah blah blah."
A lot of people have read Tosin Odufa, and the reason the significance of Wole Soyinka sending an email or a letter to Mo is that Mo is Tosin Odufa's employer.
Yes.
That is one of
Yes.
his employers. So very quickly.
Okay, so generally, I mean, based on the whole this particular scenario, the story. Yeah? My own stand or my own take on it is that I understand that we're in Africa. I understand that whole sentiment of, oh, you don't know your elders, you cannot give respect. But let's also look at it from another perspective. Maybe if we were in another another side of the world. Look, an example is that for me is I've been to the cinema and I was in Joburg or so, and I was sitting, I just went to the cinema, I just sat down, with my friends, and somebody came and said, excuse me, this is my seat. I was like, excuse me, what do you mean by your seat? Who checks the number on the seat? Come and sit in the cinema. Apparently, that's how they operate there. So I had to move to my actual seat. So I feel like, but one thing I like that Tonya said, the Tonya Cole said, is that, or maybe it was Tonya or maybe Femi Fanika that said, it's not all your right that you should exercise. And I said, why? So I've always been of the opinion from back in the days that the country the state of our country today, when you say you should always express your rights, I feel like those old people, and please nobody should misquote or misunderstand me here. Okay. I feel like the country that we are living in today would have been better if those people from the past were actually speaking up, if they were against a lot of the rubbish that the government was doing. No disrespect, I mean, I just don't want to get you in trouble.
The self-suppression.
Yes, so speak up if this is my seat. It's just what it is. And I don't think the guy was rude or disrespectful to Professor Wole Soyinka by saying, "Oh, sir, this is my seat." And then if we go by the explanation that whoever the Tosin, whatever his name is, that said that the man didn't have a problem with him moving or whatever, then fine. And then first explained that, because of his whatever autism and everything, that he needed to sit beside.
It was false. He was just giving an example.
So whatever it is, but the fact is, that was his seat, and he needed to go. And then if I'm choosing a seat if I want to take a flight, if I choose wherever I want to sit, I feel like I have to go there and sit. I don't know why it became a big deal or whatever. And then you say, oh, it's Wole Soyinka. And that's why we're in state of where we are in this country today, because you say you're respecting somebody who is misbehaving up there, and then we should not talk.
Okay. So Olive, very quickly, I didn't really want to spend so much time on the story.
I would say that I understand both arguments. We know that what Tosin Adunfa said was satirical. It wasn't an actual representation of what happened. He was just giving that as an example of how younger people should speak up. And in a way, yes, I think younger people should be able to speak up and ask for what is theirs. But we must also not forget that, part of our culture is showing respect as much as we adopt the Western culture. Now, personally, if Wole Soyinka was sitting on my seat, if I feel like I need it, I don't think it was that much of a big deal for me, because he's a much older man, old enough to be my father. I may not ask him to stand up personally.
Right. Okay, so would that be different if you didn't recognize him, if you did not know him or who he was?
Well, if he was an old man, regardless of who he was, it's just like saying I would see a pregnant woman and be telling a pregnant woman to stand up for my seat.
So just basic home training.
Yes, more like.
Thank you very much. We'll go on a break right now. When we come back, we're going to leave this story and move on to other stories. But Tunde Okufi, I see you. All right, thank you.
The soul singer Darian D. And
Tunde was like, not now.
I'm like,
let's let go. Yeah, I understand.
We didn't want, but to be fair, I like this. Like what his son said, that to be honest, even you, James, if an old man was sitting on your seat, it would be difficult. Not because you're not bold or you can't speak, but then when the guy now broke it down that when Wole Soyinka went on exile during the Abacha, because he was a freedom fighter, so one of the people that heroes of Nigeria, that when he was coming back to Nigeria, the aircraft then gave him free ticket on first class ticket, just to honor he's a Nobel laureate. He's like anybody. If I see Anthony Joshua itself, he's not old though, but there's some people that you see and you really revere and honor. So I think what Tonya was pointing to also was that we don't even know who our historical figures are. And as I told Selufa mentioned that we're not taught history in schools. I wasn't taught. Like it's just if you see somebody that, as long as it's only when you will get aggravated when the person is rude to you. Maybe the person say, my friend, get out. But even then, our culture says respect. Anyway, I don't even know what.
No, it's fine if it's our culture. Do you understand? But still, if this is your seat, it is your seat. Which is why we are where we are today. That's what I'm saying, as a country, because a lot of people are afraid to speak up and say, okay, even if you say this, okay, first of all, acknowledge the fact that this is my seat. Okay, please, can I just stay here? Fine, and then the guy can decide, okay, I'll sit. If the guy was now arguing and say, no, Oga, even though you have pled with me to say, please, can I sit here? and you want to say, no, God, I have to sit on my seat. Hey, that would have been different. You understand? But if you had come here and said, sir, please, this is my seat, and then the guy stood up
I
and
think there was nothing wrong with that.
there shouldn't be a
Absolutely
problem.
nothing
So
wrong.
the Peter Cole or whatever his name is,
him, don't go and say, you don't know Toye Cole. You
Who is
want to
Toye
have
Cole?
another fight you want to fight.
so what
Toye Cole.
happened? No, so what happened?
Co-founder of
Former
Sarah.
group, MD of Sahara Group.
Yeah, respect him, but so, but what? But what? But
That-
really,
You want to say that who is that guy? Peter Cole. His name is Toye Cole.
I respect him, not like I don't respect him, but I'm just saying that even at that,
Yeah.
look, our country today, as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned,
it's true. I think a lot
yeah,
of
okay,
young
today, how many
people
things is
protested.
Wale Soyinka? What is this saying, Professor Wale Soyinka? With all
He's
respect,
actually not.
how are they helping? If they say herdsmen, if they say criminals, if they say, we need to hear more of their voices out there. When Fela was alive,
No, but Wale Soyinka did though. Wale Soyinka was a
I
freedom
know,
fighter.
I
He
know,
went on
but till
exile.
now, what
He
has
still
changed now?
talks, so he still talks.
we want to hear more.
Oh,
We want to
he
hear
still
more.
talks. So if that's the one he speaks, one of the okay guys, I'm back on. Mics are going up. Val, we have some comments, so let's do comments before. Not this one on Newton. Mics up.
Yeah.
All right, we heard you, Rihanna. We're not stopping the music and we're not stopping the gist. It's the Grapevine here on Smooth 98.1, and we touched on just before the break. We were talking about the story that people do not want to talk about again, but we just had to talk about it here, and that is the Professor Wale Soyinka versus the Fine Boy. Otherwise, Mr.
Bobo Fine.
Bobo
Bobo
Fine.
Fine. I am Bobo. Hashtag I am Bobo Fine.
Yes,
with
latest
reactions.
updates on that.
And we have in the studio joining us in this conversation. We have James Silas.
Yeah.
We have Auntie that dances Zanku to Westlife.
Oliver Modi.
Olive.
Do I sound like I can dance that? Zanko?
No, you don't at all.
So we have some
It's
comments.
on Instagram. You'll see. Isaac from Ikeja says something similar happened between a young man and an elderly woman a few days ago before this trending one. Why are we not deliberating on that? It wasn't trending.
Well, I didn't see
Saya
that.
says Kelebe Megbe speaks in volumes. I think good for the next BET.
Amen.
As per, Professor Wole Soyinka, like my school PRO would say, 1-1 is a draw. Okay, next case, please. Welcome back, Aya.
Thank you, Tayo.
MI from Akoka says all the hullabaloo about the adventures of Soyinka and the window seat left me in stitches, especially the University of Manitoba.
Whatever that is.
It was very relevant, if you ask me. Someone should hold out an olive branch.
I'm
already.
here.
On a lighter note, Auntie Ayo, oh yo, mommy,
Mommy, Enugbe.
Imana
Alright.
from Ikeja says, first thing first, Prof was wrong for sitting on someone's seat. Secondly, the guy was right for requesting for a seat. How he did it, I do not know. I do not like the way the guy was stereotyped, talking about his body.
It was Tony Cole that said it. Not
Yes, it
the
was
guy.
on it.
Yes.
All right, let's move on very quickly to our next story. So Simi savagely replies follower who says she wants to, in quote, lay down with her husband.
See me see
Adekunle.
trouble.
So someone says Adekunle Gold, he wants to so Simi says, tag the person you want to lay down like an edge controller. Do it, nothing will happen. I am here. So she was on a game.
Okay, so
And then Dami says at Adekunle Gold. Then Simi responds, if I sound you, you lay down permanently.
so I saw this thing on her page and I had a very good laugh. On Simi's new album, Mama Charlie Champagne, I think that's how she pronounces it. Jericho is number 4 on the album. I think it's one. I thought it was my favorite songs, but my favorite on the album has been fluctuating. So she released the video for Jericho, and that's true. She analyzed the video for Jericho.
Yeah, we should.
She released the video for Jericho, and she said the first line is "I lay you down like an edge controller." So she said, "Tag who you want to lay down like an edge controller." And this auntie now went to go and smart and said,
I
"This
love
person."
the boldness of the auntie.
It's just like, I hear someone coming on your page to do something like that. What would be your response?
The person's edge controller is married.
I'll laugh now.
You not sound.
Ayo, you just laugh.
I will block the person.
Ayo, you would just laugh.
I'll Bluetooth the sound for you. Just say, let me borrow you.
I really appreciate Simi for this lovely response.
Honestly.
He was so sweet. Don't come here, my man. I will bite you and bite your generation. So well done, Simi. I'm standing with you.
I stand with Simi hashtag. James, what do you think?
No, beautiful. I mean, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
funny.
I thought it was fun. I honestly was really. I like the boldness of the girl. And Val, would you sound found anybody for your partner if they decide to be flirtatious?
I won't even give you the warning.
Just go for
From
it.
your phone, Abby.
I know where you live.
I'll check your
Alright.
last location.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've had the threat right there. But let's go on to Kylie Jenner and what happened at setting the record straight after Alex Rodriguez claimed all she talked about at the Met Gala was how rich she is. So Kylie has come out to say that she didn't say that. She mentioned that she said she wasn't telling the truth, that A-Rod's interview made headlines. No, I didn't. We only spoke about Game of Thrones. So A-Rod was apparently sitting on the same seat with Kylie and her sisters and said on the table, all she kept talking about was have money, have money, have money. And Kylie was like, actually, no, I didn't do that. What do you guys think? If you were to look at Kylie and who do you think is telling the truth?
Well, A-Rod had come out to say he's already debunked this. I think.
Yes.
In fact, the headline said A-Rod pulls out of a fight before or something like that.
Before the Kardashians squash him.
Exactly. So he came out to say, "Oh no, it was just me telling you about how my daughters really love you." Something
Do
in
you
that.
know what I think happened?
What do you think
They
happened?
sent him a memo.
And warned him,
Guy, you
Chop this
better
knuckle.
withdraw that thing.
or else they would tear you down
Except who can
like an edge controller.
Kardashian your life.
No,
They
but I don't
will
even
lay you
see
down.
why, even if they had that conversation, why
Why
you
did
had
he
to
feel the
mention
need?
the girl's name at all? Do you
Why
understand?
not? You
No,
should sit
no.
Very close to him. All you would hear in that kind of
Regardless.
conversation, that kind of encounter will be, oh my gosh, oh I just received $5,000 yesterday for that post. Oh my gosh,
To be honest, it's
But
really
guys, let me tell you. You know what? When I read the story,
Yeah.
one thing that came to mind, my natural self said, "Listen, when it comes to money, money might not be the whole thing in this whole world.
Mhm.
With my tongue on my cheek.
Mhm.
So, but money is not your mate. When money is talking, you stay at the back. Money will go to the front.
Uh-huh.
Money can intimidate you.
Yeah.
Money can do anything to you.
Mhm.
You not even apologize.
Money gets
So I can understand that.
outside seats.
Yeah, the guy was on that seat, and then the aura of money was just, and who is he? Check the history.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So if you don't have the opportunity to now speak at all, safe, and then so if nothing happened on your table, at least Kylie Kardashian was, Kylie Jenner was sitting on the table, and then at least you need to find something. And then if you must give one gist, and then you just think that something that you just say in public or
passing.
somewhere will not even, but they will pick it because it is Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that she still came out to Twitter and say, so maybe they've given her sent a message, maybe, but that's the same thing that would have happened. And I don't think even that apology didn't make him escape.
You've written his
That's
name in
not
red biro at this rate.
Straight up,
The
Just
thing about it is, Alex Rodriguez is not a small boy. He's Jennifer Lopez's husband.
beyond,
He's-
even before being
he's-
Jennifer Lopez's
He's
husband.
a wealthy fella.
Yes.
$300 million.
And that's why I said
Their
money.
Their table had Versace's wife on.
Idris
Mm.
Elba, Sabrina.
Yeah, and come on, like it's
Well, let me
Money is not your
No,
mate.
I was
That's
going to
all.
say, but let me also say something. Kylie, in terms of social media following, is a lot bigger than A-Rod.
So,
So if he wants
her
to
money
climb,
too.
and her money, so if he wants to
Yes.
climb, money is never enough. Even with Dangote,
Dangote,
still
still
what?
they find money.
yeah,
oh.
so Dangote, if you're using that analogy, Dangote is the richest man in Africa.
Yeah.
Rihanna is the richest female performer in the world.
Yeah.
Where's Kylie?
No, but Kylie is the richest, richest woman,
Entrepreneur.
self-made entrepreneur.
Valentine,
So one
How
thing
dare
I would
you?
say though is,
Pardon me?
how dare you?
Wow.
in
So where's
circles,
Kylie?
How dare I
we
say
need
what?
to be careful of how we relate gists.
All right.
It might have been a harmless. You say, don't we're with Kylie, and she just kept on.
Yes.
That gist should not have
Let me tell
gotten
you,
out.
truly wealthy people do not talk about their wealth. They talk about how to
She's a
make
small
more.
Yes, I'll
girl.
ask him the same question when he has money.
She's a small girl.
Ah, that was loud.
Val.
Val, I
She's a small girl.
join my faith with yours. This will not be your testimony.
All right, finally, because our time is fast spent. Very quickly, touch on this one, and that's talking about what's that thing? Narcissism. So
Okay.
Justice Smollett is said to have Googled himself 57 times in the 12 days after his alleged hate attack, as he kept track of news coverage. How many of you Google yourselves at least once a day?
No, maybe not once a day, but
No.
once in a while.
But
Every once in a while.
sometimes.
Let me just
see
say,
who's talking about me.
once in a while. I
Well,
will not even come and say I've not Googled
Well,
myself.
my
a few
question
times.
is, who's checking?
People that are trying to see if he's guilty or not. You know,
It's
there's
internet police.
They're going to go invest. It's part of the
But the thing about it
investigation.
is, you never. How will you know if it's actually Justice Smollett that's checking himself out or his legal team?
No, with his
Wow.
phone.
Because
No,
it's something you
it's
can
Google.
set up.
Google
No,
can
but
do all of
you can
that.
actually, yes, exactly. You can set up a Google alert to let you know
Whenever people talk about
there's
you.
news about
Yes.
you that's coming on online. So that could have been
Okay,
it.
well,
And then-
true.
That is one, but two, I don't even see what is wrong. If somebody is in the news for the right or the wrong reasons and is checking himself,
Because
he's
you wanna
checking.
be on top of
You
the
want to
news,
know
right?
what are they saying about me? me,
Okay.
you know. Although we shouldn't
Thank
be too
you for
bothered.
pointing that out, because
Yes.
the way they spun this story was as if he was so concerned about what people were saying about him, and he
No.
really did it for the
No, they'll not spin
publicity.
it to
Maybe
make
he was-
pressure,
maybe
it's
he
a
was so
psychological
concerned.
issue.
Maybe
Maybe he was.
And if he was concerned, it's not a wrong thing. He had every right to be concerned.
All right.
I'm not making excuses
Because he
for him.
arranged it?
But if you're no, whether or not he arranged it, something happened to you, you want to know, okay, they found the persons or whatever update will be linked to your name. So you
Yes.
want to find out what's going on. I don't
Exactly.
think.
Now I'm concerned about the time because
We're out of time.
All
But
right,
please,
I'm out of the
guys,
studio.
Sorry, Chini
Oh.
got me sent in a message on YouTube, WhatsApp actually. Chini says, now we go mute when James said does his entry. Yeah, it's time to change it. Hey, sweet Ayo.
hello, sweet Chini.
Good to have you back. Missed your vibe. Now Val is back.
I know. Welcome back, Val. All right, so guys, plug out. before
All
we
right,
go.
my plug out. Thank you so much for inviting me. And for those who are interested in doing, being a part of a media mentorship, please follow me on Instagram at OliveMOD. I'm doing a free media mentorship for women only. Free, yes, for
Yeah,
30 women.
and there'll be food. Don't
There-
forget that.
Yes, but
That's
it's going to be an
critical.
intense training. If you cannot work,
How
please
about the men that
don't
like
bother.
women? Can we come?
Eh? Men that like
Feminists.
women. No, it's an
James
all
Silas,
women's affair.
please.
Just silence out of the building. See you guys next week. God bless you. Like this Sunday, quickly. My boy Idahams is having an EP listening session. It would be nice, support him, follow him. We have new record coming up. You hear it probably on Tuesday or Thursday. God bless you.
How can they follow
All right.
him? You didn't say.
Official Instagram. Official Idahams.
Official.
While I'm James
Valentine.
Silas.
Hold
2
on, we've got your
seconds.
manager certificate. So follow at Loose Convos and support Chef Jeff 3000 on
Yes.
Instagram as he plans his pop
Yeah.
pretty soon. So we'll just support him all the way.
All right, follow my artist at Myra Essay on all social media
Woo, woo,
platforms.
woo!
Have a wonderful life, guys.
Abokoku.
But,
Bye.
but we're not going anywhere for Valentine and myself, because we're here for Lagos Talks 981. We'll take one of the most topical stories from earlier today during Freshly Press 981, and you get to phone in and tell us what you think. Good morning.
Hi, mommy.
Hey, they say you're Abokoku.
Abokoku.
Yes,
I need you.
Proud one.
Picture. No, not picture. Picture.
Oh.